Wake up. What's up, y'all? This is Brianna Willis, and this is Pride to Promise podcast. I'm glad you are here today. Alright, so, if you ain't guessed by now, the title of this pod, or this pod, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be Wake Up. Wake, I'm gonna probably put like little thingy things, edits. Wake up. Period. It's like no exclamation point. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that today. And we just gonna flow like we just doing, right? So when it comes to waking up, it was a lot of things that I was talking about in the book, but like I think now I'm really coming into seeing how, and we talked about this before on the last pod, the first one, is how so many times like we can have so much success and like doing something, and in the midst of doing it, it's when you finish it, it's like, dang, like, okay, what's next now? I've done all the things that I thought was my success. What's next? And I think it's in the middle that you find the success that you're looking for. And so I think now, for me, I've just been sitting with Abba for real, and it's just like, yo, like what's going on? But like on this journey, what he's been showing me is from the beginning, like it was like I was asleep for real. I was in deep slumber. You know that it's like it's a it's a part of the movie, right? So the movie is, I believe it's the Matrix. How they were all in a pod or whatever, but they were all like in deep sleep. They were all in the midst of like some type of machine. It was that one, and it was another one too that I'm talking about. It's the dome. Yeah, the dome joint. So, but those two really stood out to me because I was really in deep slumber. I was really in deep sleep. And it was a time where I surrendered and the process started. And me not understanding life, me not having to come to grips that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than the things that I want to push out. It's about what God wants, right? Even if you don't believe in God, He still has a plan for your life. And I just kept seeing that all of the things and all of the challenges or situations that I've gone through, it was like, at one point, it was me in a simulation or me in deep sleep dealing with it. But I think now I'm awake. And the reason I want to talk about that even more so is because it's a lot of prophecy being spoken and a lot of prophetic things being revealed. Not just to me, but to people who are awake. And even to talk about in, I want to say, it's somewhere in Isaiah. It talks about how Isaiah or Jeremiah, God talks about how he puts people into a deep sleep or a spirit, like he puts stupor, which is slumber, on people. And him being the person he is, it all works together intricately, right? It all works together. And at one point, just like this pillow right here, I was snoozing off, right? But and I would sleep. Like, sleep is a form of another way of saying, like, yo, I am most definitely head over heels about to peel into what I want to do. And I'm not saying that certain things are hindering, but it is. There's certain things that I was doing that was literally keeping me asleep and keeping me bound to the potential that I was supposed to reach. And that I am reaching in a sense. But yeah, so there's just certain things that I had to go through in order to wake up. And it's not by any means is it easy, but because there's anesthesia involved in the process. I had wrote this poem. It's in the book, and I'll read it to y'all right now, cause that is a deep, deep, deep poem, and it's really a process being described in it. But I wanted to read that to y'all if I can find it real quick, and it's called "Ask and You Will Receive Your Heart Back." And I was about to say, and it reads. Well, alright, let's go ahead and read it. So, number 1, numbing. You were trying to protect yourself from pain. I used to be under anesthesia the world gave me. She numbed me from feeling the things that truly hurt me and told me, you aren't playing your role, so numb your feelings. 2, stealing. The presence of anesthesia snatched the feelings inside of the conscious state that I was once dwelled in. So I went under fully into the world to feel a heart that was stolen. 3, finding. Fully finding a mask to wear to remain numb because this is what was now comfort to my soul that she had me under. After gaining blurry vision and a blurry view of what is seen ahead, I realized what these real lies are now showing me. These real lies awake now. 4, painful. When you see the state that this leaves you in, confusion enters your body, and the first thing you wake to is a desperate thirst for truth, way, and life. Instead, you turn to a truth that seems accurate, a way that seems pleasing to your spirit, and life worth living alone. 5, feeling. Feeling is what needs to take place for the feeler to come into the place that was full of the substances to then 6, detox that empty place. He wants to be the 7, mediator of your soul and keeper of your heart, soul, and mind. 8, mender. Every touch like a supernatural stitch bringing places that were once open for his surgery to take place, draw together with his love through his children to reveal the truth, the way, the life. That only comes from seeking him through searching daily and taking you to his place and his plan for your life. A touch of heaven. Boom. So it was a poem for sure. But it's basically the process of like you're waking up and your heart is, or your mind, heart and mind is becoming more in alignment with the truth, the way, and the life. Ultimately, the kingdom is being revealed within you. And it's almost like when you have a surgery, you go through, you take anesthesia. And so many times we're numb because we haven't allowed the filler in. We haven't allowed ourselves to get out of anesthesia. Because when you ask for God to wake you up and you continue to pray for that, He will. And it can be painful to know the truth. I think the more that I know now is the more I don't really talk to people. The more that I know now, it's like I love Him more. Because it's like, dang, you showed me all of this. I'm a new person. And it's dope, right? But, and the three things that happen in the process of waking up is number one, the numbing that you feel. And two, stealing, like the presence of the anesthesia. It snatched your feelings away from you. You feel some type of way about it. Number three, finding. You want to find something to pick up. And so many times we go back to the lies that we were told before was pain. And like when you get out of surgeries and you get off of the anesthesia fully, you feel pain. You're no longer you were trying to find something to soothe it and numb it again. Oh shucks, cause so many people get stuck in the first three. It's first four. And so they continue to go through a cycle of one, numbing, two, stealing, three, finding. They experience the pain and they want to go back or find some type of physical substance or any type of spiritual thing that can fill the void temporarily to numb that pain that they felt, to protect themselves. But what happens when you feel that pain and you actually want to wake up? That means that you actually asking to feel the things that you were once avoiding. No matter how painful it may seem, you have to feel it. You have to feel it in order for the feeler. Hold on, because that's a bar. You have to feel it in order for the feeler to feel you and to ultimately consume you. And I'm not there yet. Okay? But we working on it. But I think this is so dope. And so, yeah, most people go through the cycle of that pain. And I mean, in a lot of areas of my life, I'm going through it too. Is like when you experience the pain, when you experience all of the things, it's almost like you divert back to numbing again. If anything, I am speaking to me right now, okay? And you feel, and when you get to your feelings, now you have to detox from what you once knew. Detox meaning you have to literally rid your body. You have to rid your taste palette for the things that you once were consuming, because now you're acting with a new sense of being a different person. You're acting from within as a new version of yourself. And so after you detox, you have to come to knowing in that surrender that you have somebody who's your mediator. You have somebody that actually cares about you and cares about being there even when you have them times. Because even Yeshua was telling, I want to say Simon, and he was telling him, yo, Satan is trying to sift you like wheat, bro. My guy, Satan is trying to sift your butt like wheat. But he prayed for him. That's what he said. He said, I prayed for him. I prayed for you. Was it? It's a song. I ain't gonna cap that song torch. Was it? I know the high priest prays for me. I think that's Mercy Coach or something. But yeah. So you have a mediator there for you. The mediator is the one who is always gonna have your back. Just be doing what you're supposed to, like even when you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, he's still there interceding for you. Alright, so the eighth one, I'm tripping. I said 8. I said 3. I don't know if y'all can hear the dogs in the background barking, but just go ahead and tell them, hey, let's get back to it. But number 8 is the mender, right? So it's almost like I just see like all of the things and all of the experiences that you've had, no matter if they're good or bad, no matter if somebody did you wrong or not, everything that you went through, every experience in your life, it was almost like he put a piece of clay onto the slab. He put a piece of clay on that slab when somebody had did you wrong and talked bad on you and talked down on your name. He put a piece of clay on the slab when somebody had disrespected you. He put a piece of clay on the slab every time you decided, even though you decided to get blacked out drunk and literally go against what he said to you. And you know what that means. You go against that, but yet it's like everything works together though. Every experience, everything that you're going through works together for the good. And you put all of that clay together to where you are now. And what you get is him mending and molding and shaping every piece together for your good. To become what is I don't want to say a finished product, but to become and to continue to be more in alignment with what that art piece is supposed to become. So, yeah, that was a little bit about that. And yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the stuff that's going on in, I ain't gonna cap, the Kendrick stuff. I'm gonna probably watch that again and get back to y'all because it was really deep. And I've been watching it for a minute. I've been watching it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back to y'all on that. And remember that I want to read y'all a quote from the book. So this is a quote that I had when I was just journaling and I was just feeling this way about like all of the stuff that was happening in life. Really mad, low key. But it says, I need to wake up to God being there for me because I will always leave myself going back for more. Like we talked about earlier, the cycle. The filler will come in when you decide to feel. So I just want to encourage y'all and encourage myself that whatever it is, instead of numbing it, feel it with him in the middle. Feel it with him in the process and let him be there as you surrender. So, yeah, I love y'all so much. And I want to do a part 2 on this because I got bullet points I ain't even talked about yet. So, yeah, I love y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay blessed up on everything. Bye!